For you to point out this well-dressed sister here to make me feel some type of way about myself becomes a problem.
Let me get you.
Reason I have never said I do is because I don't.
I've been married, and I couldn't sign up for bad sex.
Test drive.
So if we enter a relationship with anything that's about me, then I don't believe that we're ready.
Friday, 4,000 Yes, we do this every fourth Saturday. You are welcome to come out and join us, join the conversation, comment, and also join the group Single on a Saturday Night TV. Matter of fact, you have to become referred by somebody. We don't just accept anybody. You know, it's exclusive, so you gotta be part of the team. So come on down, meet us, join us, and let's get to this topic. I'm Shelly Williams, single, never been married, no children, and yeah. And I just celebrated a birthday, so I'm glad to be alive. Happy birthday!
My name is Christopher Berrios, single, proud dad of 8, and a firm believer that God is love and love never fails.
I am Malisha, single, and a mother of 1.
I'm David Scott, single, never been married. I've been accused of being a marriage atheist. I like that. Marriage atheist. Nah. 3 daughters, and I'm going through it.
And I'm Danyl, the fabulous one. And we all know I'm single, but we also know why. There's just not a man out there that's ready, willing, and able to handle all of this right here. Hey, we're talking about dating. If you tuned in last week, we were speaking about dating, and not necessarily dating in religion, but really getting to know the atheist side of things, not to judge, not to do anything except for listen to and have a discussion, because there's all types to make this world. Everybody. It takes everybody to make the world. So we just want to talk about how dating and relationships and religion go together. And we were just talking to Mara. Mara was talking about how it affects her being an atheist and dating. So you can stand up and talk to us. Talk right into that microphone. Talk right into that microphone.
Can everyone see me? So as I was saying, I am an atheist. And dating, and I want to be specific, dating in the Black community is difficult because I feel when it comes to the topic of religion, we tend to be closed-minded when it comes to that, and also sexuality, but we're not here to talk about that aspect of it right now. We're talking about, believing or not believing or whatever, but it does come into play. I do have a problem dating Black men, specifically because as soon as they find out that I'm an atheist, they shut down. And it's interesting to me because we have all of these other things in common. They were digging me up until that point, but then they shut down on that. Well, how about you get a chance to know me and know the person that I am? I'll give you the shirt off my back. I'll volunteer in the community. There's a lot that I do. Your beliefs don't make you a good person. It's your actions. And my actions speak. And so I really don't appreciate being, shut down automatically when you find out that I don't share the same belief as you. I'm not shutting you down because you're a Christian and I don't carry that belief. So it is difficult to be an atheist and date Black men, which is what I'm interested in.
I think it's just a matter of preference, though, because when somebody is for you, they're going to be for you regardless. I mean, people can get to know you and like everything about you and then find out you have a child and then all of a sudden shut you down. And you can have a million things in common, but they don't want to date you because you have a child, or they don't want to date you for any specific reason. So I think when you find a person that's for you, that's not going to matter, period.
I hear where you're coming from, but I believe when we're talking about religion, and like I said, also with regards to sexuality, Blacks shut it down. Don't want to hear anything else. Quick to put a label on it and push it to the side. That's what we do. I'm serious. That's how I feel.
I mean, that's what you deal with, but I don't think it's a black-white. I don't think it is a race thing. I think it just comes down to the fact that people have the right to just shut it down. You keep saying, I can say all day that
people do have the right but I can't speak for all black atheists. I can only speak for myself. But and I see that there's some nods over here as well. When I encounter men that are not black, I don't run into that problem. They're open-minded. They're very open-minded. So I do. So I mean, huh?
But you're still single. You still hadn't found that person, even in a white person, hasn't latched onto you and said, "Listen, I want to be with you regardless."
I just don't think it's about the fact that you're an atheist that with the black men. If that's the case, I'm not going to blame that all black men. If one black man has decided not to date me because I'm a full-figure woman, I don't blame that on black men. But there's a few black men that won't date me because I'm full-figure. But that doesn't mean, oh man, the black men don't want the big girl.
I'll give you that to a degree, but I can tell you from experience that I have gone out with black men. And when they find out that I'm an atheist, they shut it down. So yes, that does happen.
Well, don't you? But does that speak to their color or does that speak to their beliefs?
Right. Because my question is, why aren't you with a white guy?
Speaks to what I was saying, that blacks will shut it down when it comes to beliefs. They don't want to hear anything.
But why
else.
say black? Why can't you just say men?
There are people
or the men that you've encountered that happen to be black.
Because for me, I'm keeping it real, and that's very much real.
So my
That
question
very
is,
much real.
Go ahead, Sister Perry. Sister Perry.
Hi everyone. Sister, the reason why you're having a problem with black men shutting you down is because black men tend to be more spiritual in terms of believing the Bible. So it's
Really?
as a rule, black men. Just give me a minute. Okay. Just give me 1 minute. Mm-hmm. Black men tend to be more biblical, and that is why you're being shut down. The Bible says, "Do not be unequally yoked." So he's shutting you down because you're not a woman of God. And if you're not a woman of God, you cannot love him the way Christ says love the church. I just want to give you a few scriptures.
Hold on, I'm sorry. No, I don't, hold on for a moment.
No,
is it the same black man who's married and tried to hook up with me? That same spiritual black man?
That's okay. Okay,
I'm just curious. I'm just curious because that happens too.
He still may be married and trying to hook up with you, but he is not an atheist. What we're talking about here is being
his God is okay with him being married and
no,
still
his God is not.
And you know
okay
what's funny?
With that.
I'm an atheist, and I wouldn't even consider messing around with a married
that's
man
okay.
or a man that's in a relationship.
Well, that's good.
So no.
So
no.
I think we have a disconnect. I think we have a disconnect because we can go tit for tat all day into what I would do and what I didn't do. And a lot of that has nothing to do with our religion. It has more to do with our personal beliefs and how we're indoctrinated. Whether or not I mean, they do. It has a lot to do with that. Meaning to say this. I mean, hey, I know a whole bunch of atheists who trying to holler at a married man. I know a whole bunch of Christians who trying to holler at a married man, and I know a whole bunch of Muslims
but
that telling you it's okay.
But wait, Mark. The same way you don't want to be put in the box of atheist, there's the same way you can't keep saying black men, white men, this person. So Christians, we're not putting in your experience. We're not going to put anyone into a box because the way I see it, like I'm gonna go back to Taj for a minute. We're talking about relationships. Tamika, can you give this mic to Tamika? This man right here, Taj, he decides that, okay, he knows he's in a group. He knows that him and her and I are Christian. So tell us about how he dated you. How are you going to date two people in the same group? Go ahead, talk.
We didn't date. We went on 2 dates.
But the point, he knew that you were a Christian. He knew I was a Christian. But why would you go after the same type of people? Put it out there. Talk about it, child.
Maybe he's trying to turn y'all.
2 dates. We did not date.
Okay, it was a date.
On
but you actually went on a date. I refused to date, even date.
But that was before I was baptized and caught the Holy Spirit.
You caught it?
Yeah, I caught it. Yeah.
You said,
It got me. Jesus kept me. That was before I was kept. Jesus was just my side joint. Now he's my everything. You know what I mean? He's my all in all, my everything. I'm in love with him.
Okay.
I wouldn't date him now, but that was beforehand.
But my whole point was, Taj, why you're in the group? You hear us all. We all have our opinions. You see what we write. The two of us write. No, you see what some of us write. Now, I'm talking about between the two of us. You see what the two of us write in the group. Then you decide first you try to talk to me. Then you decide to try to talk to someone just as similar. She's similar. Like,
No,
this is...
You're different. You told me you were open. You dated a Muslim. You were married to a
I was
Muslim.
married to a Muslim. Yes, I was.
So you're more open than she is. I respect. She shut me down. I respected her wishes. That what else could I do? You don't want to date because I'm an atheist? Fine. I'm not here to say you should be an atheist. You should date. No, we let it go.
What made you go on a date anyway?
She ain't had nothing else to do.
Yeah, I was bored.
She ain't had nothing else to do.
No.
That's the reason y'all go on
talk,
dates.
you know what I mean? We talk here and there, back and forth. He's a nice guy. I'm not going to shut him down. Well, back then, just because he was an atheist, he was a nice person. And we talked here and there, And he said, you want to go to eat or do a movie? I think we went out, we ate. And then another time he came over, we did a movie. He's a nice guy. Like I said, I was married to a Muslim. Like I said, this was before I was in love with Jesus. I treated him
Would you marry a Muslim now?
No, absolutely not.
So,
because I did it, I lived it, and I know for me, it did not work. Like I said, I felt like everybody can say I'm Christian, but they don't walk the walk or talk the talk.
Exactly.
They just say I'm Christian. I
Exactly.
always said I'm a Christian. Yeah, I love Jesus, but I didn't really know him. I was not baptized, and I was not filled with the Spirit. I just said, I'm a Christian. I did not live the Christian life. I just said I'm a Christian. Now I live the Christian life.
At one time, let's get back to the whole premise. I have no idea what you practice, what you believe in, if I'm just attracted to you.
Yes.
If I'm just attracted to you, I don't know that. Right. What I am is, I know who I am. If I approach you, at some point, hopefully I will reveal to you who I am and what I believe in and don't believe in. The only thing I got asked of you to do is just understand who I am. I don't want to take your choice away from you. I'm going to tell you who I am, what I think, what I feel, my philosophies, my ideologies, my religion, my faith. From that, then I want to make sure I give you every benefit and opportunity to determine if I'm somebody you want to be involved with. I think Taj had that. I'm hoping that you said she will understand who I am. And if something happens from that point forward, it's going to be her total decision. And if she says you're out, then you're out.
Right, and on Christmas, right? Now, this was when I was getting prepared, and I was, getting my life totally together. My sister, whose husband is a pastor, they was having Christmas dinner at their house, and I'm like, I don't know if I could take you over there because her husband is a pastor now, and I just got divorced from a Muslim. I ain't taking no atheist in the house. I can't do that.
I'll tell you what, if anything, one thing I want to say right now is this. One, this is not a firing squad here today. And in all honesty, we all reserve the right to be selective.
Exactly.
Religion, division, divisiveness, black, white, preferences are landmines. And love is a battlefield. Can you agree with me on that? With that said, me personally, I've been a Christian since I was 12 years old. I didn't always walk the walk. And I've made decisions to go in different directions with people who believe different than me. I've dated pastors, and I've done some dirt with people that are in ministry. The reality of it is that I don't deserve to be in a position where I'm in somebody's way in their relationship with God, whether they believe in God or not. More importantly, if someone is going to, be in my life, I look at the example that I believe is in the Bible about pursuit. I believe that God pursued each and every one of us on our respective levels, and whether we made a decision to pursue that relationship in kind is evident in how you live, how you treat other people, whether they believe the same as you or not. I'm glad all of you, one, have decided to take that bold step to come here, be on television, express your beliefs, express the fact that there is a disconnect and that some people might actually be missing out on being happy because they don't believe the same. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that, Mara, I would love to go on a date with you, but you know what? You don't believe in God, so I'm going to try to convert you. That's not pursuing. That's not respecting. It definitely isn't love.
Well said.
The young lady back there had her hand up for quite a while to make sure to go into her.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Niki Stevens, and I am an atheist. I just wanted to make two comments. During the last show, you made the comment that you can't be an ism, for example, racism, sexism, etc. if you're in the majority. Wanted to point out that
in the minority.
In the minority, right. Wanted to point out that in America, women comprise more than 50% of the population. We are the majority, but we're the victims of sexism, not men. So that statement was incorrect. wanted to point that out. The other thing I wanted to say was I grew up in a household with two parents who were different. My dad's an atheist, always has been. My mom is Christian, always has been. So goes to church every Sunday, Bible school, Sunday school, Bible, church, whatever. She does that every week. She's still very religious. They've managed to make it work for 37 years. They just celebrated 37 years. So it can work. It can work. They just agreed to disagree on that. They have plenty of other things in common. They just agreed to disagree on that. They have 2 children, me and my sister. My sister and I were both raised religious. We went to church every Sunday. As adults, we changed our mind. We decided we don't believe it anymore. So in terms of having children, your children are not necessarily going to have the same religion that you have. You can take them to church every Sunday. They're going to make up their minds as adults. So I'm an atheist. My sister's an atheist and a lesbian. Okay? And we were raised religious. So you can raise your children any way you want to. They're going to be whatever they're going to be when they grow up. They're going to make up their mind. I'm an atheist. I believe the Bible was written by human beings. That's why I became an atheist. I don't believe it's the word of God. And that's where I stand.
And I think
wait a minute. I just
we gotta go to we're over. We gotta go to a break. So we'll go to a break and we're gonna come back with how we feel. All right, let's go. Welcome back to Sing on a Saturday night. We have new technology just helping us really get things together. But Danyl, you wanted to address Mark.
No, because you can't start off a sentence with that I'm wrong. So, which is this. Specifically what I said, and this is in reference to the Supreme Court of the United States. If you are the majority in power, you cannot be the ist. Meaning, so in women are not in power. We may make up the majority of the population, but we do not make up the power structure. The minorities, if you put us all together, the collective is that supposedly the minorities are actually the majority. But they do not make up the majority. They do not make up they can't hear you when you got a microphone. They do not make the majority of power. So therefore, the ism is prejudice plus power. And I just want to be clear on the definition so that we can all understand the definition.
You're clarifying that now. You didn't say in power before.
All right, so let's go.
I just want to be clear on that.
The whole goal of all of this is not to be prejudiced, it's to listen to your side. Just to listen to what you're saying, where we may have our own opinions. Everybody, all of us have opinions, just like a butthole. Isn't that what they say? So we all have an opinion. So we're not trying to bash you or you bash us. And we understand what I feel like the growing theme for each of you is saying, I'm a good person. I think you want to get across the fact that you're good people. We understand that you're good people. We didn't say just because you're atheist, you're bad people. We understand. Everybody has said that I'll give you the shirt off of my back. I'll give you the nose boogie in my nose. But I'm saying that's what you'll do. You'll get you. You're a good.
Not necessarily.
We get it. We get it that you're a good people. The people that are here, you're saying you're all good people. I know a lot of good people and I know a lot of bad people. It doesn't matter what the religion. I know a bad Christians. I know good Christians. It doesn't matter what religion you are. You could be good or bad. It doesn't matter. We get that. We're trying to hear from you. We're not trying to bash Christians, bash Muslims. We believe in accepting everyone. Do we want to be that? No. Do we want to? We'll hang around you. We'll talk to you just like.
And it's not all of us. It's just in this instance right here, the 3 of us have spoken that that's not what we're looking for in a mate.
But that's again, never been what David said. David hasn't said anything about his personal beliefs whatsoever.
We're not.
He never does. No, religion. He never says anything about religion ever. He always stays quiet on that.
Well, actually, this is the first time I've ever actually spoken on it. Think about it.
True.
Well, let's back up here. Back to what you're saying. You're saying all this, we're good people this, we're good people that, all this and that.
Because everybody said that. Everybody stood up.
You don't believe in God. So when you put that in there, what are you saying? You don't believe in God. You said.
I didn't say
I'm just saying.
I never added, but you don't believe in God. But what I said was, we get the point that everyone is. You can have good people that are atheists, good people that are Christian. You can have good and bad people.
For a butt.
There is no but.
The only but is because
you're shutting people off.
No, the but for me is that you are not a viable mate.
Why?
Wait.
Why?
But Taj, why try?
What value is that?
Why would you try?
What is the value?
Taj, you're not listening. Why try to change her thought? But why try to change her thought, my thought, her thought? Why try to change? The point is, if we make a decision, regardless of the reason why try to change her thought? I'm not trying to change you into
I'm not changing either. I'm asking a question. Why? What is the value? What is it that you have?
Well, you're asking a question that has already been answered
99 times.
Yes, listen. Because you're not getting the answer that you want to hear, it's not going over well. She's saying to you that it's speaking to her value. It's the same way of me saying, I don't want to date you because you're a trash man. That's my choice. It's a choice that they're making. And it's only, like they said, there's only 3 women here. There's a multitude of women out here that would not look at you because you're an atheist. They will probably give you that chance. For them, it's their decision. It's like,
and before Tamika turned over to Jesus, she gave you a chance. So before she turned, she gave you a chance.
Not even
she would have
I
dated you.
wanted to finish with this. Okay, I'm married to a man that's 22 years older than I am. That wasn't for them. Yep. It was my choice. They spoke on how they felt because for them, it wasn't a part of their core values. But it was a decision for me.
Let me say this. The topic of the conversation is why are we dating? Why people exclude? Why atheist isn't dateable? So that's what I'm asking. Why?
But it's not that you aren't dateable. It's just that you aren't dateable for us.
Yes, I'm asking the individual, the people we have on the panel. What's wrong with that?
We just told you why.
Can I answer that question? Okay, sir, I want to answer that question. The reason why you're not dateable for me is because I want a man who is making godly choices. And a man who's making godly choices is making them in the area of faith, fears, finances, his mind, priorities, purposes, self-image, sexualities, temptations, trials, and he's making a godly choice in terms of me. And he's being led by God.
This is what I'm getting.
Led by God.
These broad, vague answers. It's broad. When you say godly, what do you mean? Are you saying because I don't believe in God, I'm this, I'm that, I'm doing stuff wrong?
She didn't call you anything. She didn't say that.
She called me anything. I'm just saying when implied.
My man has to be led by God and to seek God. He has to seek God for his answers. That is the difference. If you're not seeking God as for your answers, then you must be seeking someone, and it's either God or the devil. So I'm seeking God. I got a reaction.
Excuse me. Ladies. Ladies. Okay. Some of you are married, some of you are not. Okay. I'm going to ask this question. If there was no religion, no Christianity, Islam, Hare Krishna, Buddhism, Judaism, any religion, what qualities would you be looking for in a man?
Okay, well, it doesn't matter because there is. I don't exist in the realm of hypothetical. So
First of all, religion is man-made itself.
Okay, here goes the second question. Before religion, what qualities do you think your ancestors was looking for in a man?
My ancestors, before religion, well, see, based on the fact that I believe that the original man was put here by God, then that means that they were looking for the same thing that I'm looking for today. That religion,
a man who's following God.
But I still, the point is, why we're not trying to debate you on what you believe. You're trying to debate us on what we believe. We're allowed to believe that I don't want to date you because.
Just get with an atheist woman.
That's what I say all the time.
Just go find your own.
You have the right to believe in what you want to believe. You have your opinions, I have my opinions. But not all opinions are created equal. And opinions are based on fact.
No, that's
so when you judge people on things that are not based on fact,
nobody's judging.
no. When you say, like we accept the fact that you have the right to be bigoted towards us and say it's not bigotry.
Well, no, you added the word bigoted, so I just stopped
Because you cannot compare. You cannot compare.
I'm not listening to you. You just added the word bigoted.
You cannot compare not dating somebody because they have a child to not dating somebody because they're an atheist. Because those are two very different factors.
It's the same thing.
I'm going to say this. Like I said,
It's a personal choice. It's the same
my husband is German and Japanese. Okay, hold it. And I'm gonna tell you something. I love that man. That's a fine mother over there. And I'm gonna say this, look, okay? If I had to have that opinion, okay, because there was a time when I had those opinions. That I would never date a man or marry a man or even talk to a man who wasn't a Christian. If I still kept that, I would not be with that man today.
Yeah, put that microphone on.
I would not be with that man today, and that's a good man.
But you know what?
That is a good man.
But all men are not good. That's the perfect man.
This point up.
It's still not perfect man for me.
Forget the house divided. The point
This
you're
is-
not going to change our mind.
This is the problem. Like what she said earlier.
Guys,
This
the problem
false.
is y'all trying to make us feel.
I'm not trying to make you feel anything. I want you to change your idea. I want this idea. What she said earlier. This false dichotomy of you're not with God, you're with the devil. That's the devil's most evil.
Now that's the thing. I don't believe that.
No. She's saying a lot of people believe that though. No, I'm just saying. This is what people associate with us. The devil's the most evil being in existence, apparently, and I'm associated with him.
I know you now, right?
No, I'm just saying.
You here, right?
People believe stuff like that. People agree with stuff, and it festers on the smaller parts. I'm not saying you go that far, but you are associating negative things with us. We've been associated with drug dealers. People use drugs and all that.
We're trying to accept more things than you are.
I believe that
I don't
one
think
of
I
the
was associating
reasons.
it that way. Go ahead.
One of the reasons, the rationale as well, to answer your question, Taj, is the ladies here may have a belief that there is an accountability that they will have to a creator if they do something outside of their own personal beliefs.
Right. Thank
There's
you.
an accountability they don't want to face.
Then I don't want to
For
burn that
them.
house that I was messing with
For
you
them.
for real.
Shelly
And
is
we
right.
have the right to believe that.
And
If
Shelley
I
is
believe that my Bible tells me that I should not be unequally yoked together with an unbeliever, then that's what I believe, and that's what I'm going to live my life and base my life off of. It doesn't matter how you feel
And
about
Shelley
it. And
was
another
right.
thing is, for me, we have to stop taking rejection so personally, because that Christian may not date you, but that's not about you. That's about him. And the thing is, we take it internally and we look at it as, oh, you're not dating me because of what I believe. No, he's not dating you because of what he believes. So we have to, all of us have to stop taking it personally, because you may not date me because I wear weave. But I'm not going to take that personally because that's your preference. And that's okay. And we can have so many things in common. We can like chicken. We can like the same movies. We can like everything. And you can look at me and be like, oh, she wear that weave. I can't do it. And
If
I can't
somebody
be
was
mad
to
at
say
that.
that was a prejudice, I would have to come to terms
But
with
it
that.
doesn't matter if it's a prejudice. That's their life, their prejudice. If that's what they want to believe, if that's what they choose,
it is a prejudice,
I'm
right?
not going to be mad at that. I can't be mad at you because that's how you feel.
So why try to debate and keep coming at it about our opinion? Just let it go. I say let that part go. Taj, you tried. You tried. It ain't happening with neither. Well,
I don't know why it's not about me personally.
It's not about
Let's
you
get away
personally.
from me
But
personally.
you've always said
We
that,
need-
even if we wasn't about that, you've always said, well, why?
Because we need to have-
Try not to understand.
We need to have these conversations. We need to know the whys. The importance,
Go
the whys
after
are
somebody
important
that might
because we
like
shut
you.
each
So
other
is it-
from
Wait a
each
minute,
other.
So who's important for it? Maybe the problem is this, is that it's not important for us because it's our position. It's important for you because you're trying to change our position.
Because you
So
know
the
you
question
like
is-
the girls that's real pretty that got
wait a
love
minute,
God and you can't get them. That's what it is.
No. So the question is, because and I think that this is just generally what we do in society. If somebody has a belief that we don't have, rather than just accept they have a belief we don't have, we want to challenge it and change it. So you keep saying why. I'm going to tell you that according to Socrates, the only answer to your question is why not and because. That's it. I'm done. Why? Why not? Why? Because. Then I'm done. That's the philosophical debate. That's it. It's a philosophical debate.
Wow. First of all, I don't want this to be personal about me, about what I like.
Well, now I'm not talking to you
I'm
because
just
you
saying,
ain't trying to talk to me. It was a short
no,
bit
I'm
like
not.
you.
I'm just saying.
So I was too tall for you, I guess. You couldn't climb the mountain.
I'm just
I
saying.
don't know.
Wait a minute. Let's get back to this. You
I'm
shouldn't
not-
date people that's
I'm
that
not-
close. And did you know we was family? How you want to date people that's family? How about let's go back to
know if y'all
that?
family.
Let's
I
make
don't
it
know
light.
that.
Let's make it light. Let's turn it away. Come on.
I never dated her.
Wait.
It doesn't
Oh,
matter.
wait. We don't want to go there. We don't want to go there.
Yeah, we
We
had
don't
a
want to go
conversation
there.
on the phone.
Hold up, ladies.
Once again, this
relax.
is
We're
not
gonna
an attack here.
Yeah, this is becoming too personal.
We're going to stay where we are.
I'm
We're
trying
gonna bring it back and stay where we
I'm
are.
trying to make it light.
I will never eliminate. Shelly, you was right, Shelly.
What?
You said I have not shared
You've
my
never.
opinion about a
No,
lot of
you
stuff.
have not.
I'm probably the most open person on panel in the sense of
You don't
that
say, yeah.
I'm very open because I believe in opportunity for people to just be themselves. Give me the opportunity to understand who you are, and then I make my conscious decision about my involvement with you. I'm very open to it. I'm not going to say this. You know what? I'm sitting here while you're talking like, what I date an atheist? Never thought about it. All I know is if you good in quality, I can deal with you. And my accountability to a creator I believe in is my own individual accountability. It's not hers. A woman I will get with is you got to deal with your own issues. I got to deal with my own personal accountability even though I know within my core values and my base and my faith that they want me evenly yoked with somebody, I understand that. But I'm still going to be fair to a human being from a human perspective. May not be a mate perspective, but I'm going to be fair from a human perspective.
Is that any different than what I said?
No.
Why?
But either
It comes
way,
down to-
David's doesn't
Why?
date with the
Because what I said was they find people, but they ain't for me. That's what you just said. But the rest of that is what you said is if you're going to be accountable to your creator. Well, my creator, my understanding is I am responsible for the choices and decisions that I make on this earth. And if I choose to mate with and partner with an atheist, I'm going to be responsible for that decision. Why do I want to bring that down on my head?
And
I don't want to account for that at the gate.
Choices. Yeah.
I don't.
Let's put some things in perspective here with religion. Your religion said, and it does say this, kill gay people.
Okay.
It does say that. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
That was before Jesus. That's before Jesus came.
The New Testament does not say that. That's why Jesus died.
But the Old Testament has all.
Let's not make this an argument. Let's have a talk.
All right.
Okay, none of y'all got a microphone, so it doesn't matter.
You gotta have a microphone.
I'm going to keep going with this. Hold on. I wasn't finished. I wasn't finished.
Keep it calm, please.
If your religion says you need to treat people.
Wait a minute, Tamika.
You don't have a microphone, baby. You don't have a microphone, baby.
Yeah, Christianity is a religion, so okay.
Let's relax.
If your religion says that you should treat people badly, you should shun these people, is that an excuse to shun people? I mean,
Wait a minute.
I'm not talking about not letting somebody on the show. I'm talking about not talking to people.
All right, let's
I'm not
go.
accusing
Let's calm
her.
down. Let's calm
I
down.
just want to make one statement. But if serving the Lord seems undesirable to you, then choose yourself this day whom you will serve, whether the gods your forefathers served beyond the river,
Pastor.
or the gods,
I would know it was finished.
or
I'm
the
sorry.
Amorites in whose land you are living. But as for me and my house, I will serve the Lord.
Okay.
And we're going to end it on that? Because me and my house, was this end?
Oh, okay.
He said it was okay? All right, you and your house. Let the guy
Right here with somebody we
You've been
haven't heard
talking a
from.
little too much.
I think we're kind of overlooking one little fact, and I hate to say it, but in terms of black or African American women, the statistics are not very good. I work with government statistics in terms of marriage, in terms of family stability. It's not there, and it almost, to me, it seems like this is another example of women being too picky. They're saying, well, this man doesn't have a PhD, this man doesn't have a professional job, this man is not a Christian, that's why I'm not going to marry him. So you will go home every day wanting somebody that you won't have because of all these petty biases. That's how I see it.
That just sounds like settling. So there's another argument to settle. Just settle. Just settle for everything. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to go get me a gay atheist and marry him. Because I'm going to go get me a gay, unemployed atheist, child abuser, all that stuff. I'm going to go get all of that because apparently
Because he's a good man.
Because he's a good man. I'm going to just go do that.
First of all, who has? Wait a minute.
Excuse me, to the young lady here. You forgot this one thing that says in the Bible. If ye be a believer and you are with an unbeliever and that unbeliever wishes to remain with you, let them. Because why? That person receives grace from God through you. Therefore, because back in those days, a lot of unbelievers were married to believers. And you know what? God didn't tell them to separate. God said they want to stay together. They stay together. You are right.
All right, we're going to clap. Wait. We're going to clap and all that. Let's keep it quiet, though. Let's not scream. Wait. Let's not scream.
At this point, can we bring the show back? Without a mic, you cannot be heard, and we need too many voices in the background. Let's bring the show back.
Wait, do me a favor. Wait. Do me a favor and don't yell.
Okay.
Because we are in a public place.
Okay.
Do me a favor.
The thing is like this. if that quote was put there, that quote was put there for a reason. And the reason why that quote was put there in the Bible was because there were a lot of believers who were married to unbelievers, and they felt they were in a quagmire. Said, I'm with this person, I'm with this man, this woman for years. I have a family with them. I'm a believer now. What should I do? Forsake my family because this person won't believe? No, you can stay with them because you know what? They receive grace through you.
But wait a minute, I just have a
So
question. I have a question.
that was it.
I don't
That was
understand.
it.
Wait, no, I have a question because I don't
That was
understand.
it
Which
to
is
keep
just
the
this.
families together. That was done to keep the families
But
together.
what if you're not already a family? See, you're
You
giving
know,
us the
right, no,
if to keep the family together.
I'm giving
making
you
a
as
choice
a
to not make that my family,
And the thing
so
is
I don't
like
have
this.
to do that.
No woman or man has to be with someone that they don't want to be with.
Thank you.
Okay, but you have to also, but then you have to also remember this. Okay, and I agree with the brother here. All right, when you're so picky that any good man, any good woman that's in front of you, but you're so picky that you miss the opportunity to have a good person in your life. You know what? When you cry about being lonely,
Tracy.
that's on you. You deserve it.
Tracy, here you go. Get it, Tracy.
All right.
No, here you go, Tracy.
Tracy, and then Marvin in the back, and then we're gonna end the show. No, I said no.
Just go.
What?
Tracy, go ahead.
First of all, the statement about opinion being based off of fact. Opinions are not based off of fact. Opinions are based off of our perceptions. They are based off of our life experiences and our biases and things of that nature. So they're not necessarily always based off of fact. Okay?
Amen.
So we need to be clear on that when we talk about our opinions. I think we're running into some problem now because we're throwing out and we're quoting scripture as we know it to be without necessarily always understanding it in its Greek format as well. And we also have to look at the time, the place, and we also have to look at what were the actual situations happening during that time. It's not that the scripture isn't valid, but we can't apply it and just throw it out for everything to hold our truths or our biases, whether we're Christians or whether we're atheists. It doesn't matter. Studying the word is studying the word regardless of what it is that you actually believe.
And it has to be said in its proper context.
So we just want to make sure that we get that kind of clear and just be straight with that. I think, though, that we're also missing how to really answer a question when we talk about, you ask that why question. If you have the answer of why, yes, the question of why, what will it do for you once you have the answer? Okay, so it's just for knowledge. So if you get a why answer that you don't like, that you don't understand, or that you don't believe, why would you continue to argue with the person about their why answer? They gave it to you.
We gave it to you numerous
They
times,
gave it
numerous
to you
different
in
ways.
a variety of forms.
Go back and watch the show, Taj.
Yeah, they gave it to you in a variety of forms. But if you don't like the answer that they gave, or don't agree with it, right, then you're going to continue to argue whether or not they gave you a why. You might not like their why, you might not understand their why. I might not like your why or understand your why, or get your why, or think that your why is really valid. And I think what you want is a level of validation. Understanding and validation aren't always the same thing either. So we got to make sure that we're looking at everything in a more clear, concise format. I've heard both sides. Both sides have kind of gotten a little off key, but then every now and again somebody comes back to try to bring us back to what are the real pieces. And I don't think it's about so much being picky per se and looking at minute things. I think if religion, I use relationship with Christ, but I think if those are your core values, whatever they may be, you have to stick to your core values, because your core values is what makes you who you are. So whether you're atheist, whether you're Christian, it doesn't matter. We all have to stick to what our core values are. I might look at somebody who says, well, I'm not dating anybody who doesn't have a PhD or a master's degree. And I might go, well, that's pretty petty because that might still be a good person or a good person with good value. But if that is my core value, let the person live within their own core
And we're
value,
gonna end
and
it
that's for everybody.
On
that wise note.
That wise note. We're gonna end it there because that was the end of the show anyway. We've been done with the show. We're gonna end it there. Core values. I think I've been dumped for many reasons. Whether I'm fat, whether I'm old, whether I was dumped because I was a Christian, said I can't take this Christian stuff. We all it doesn't matter. Nobody's picky. We all been dumped for whatever reason, and it just we're gonna live with it. Live with it, and God is gonna bring us our mate, and whoever gonna bring you your mate, and let's go to we're on the end.
Don't you want to thank everybody?
Oh yeah, thank everybody for helping put the show together. I'm talking about DJ Roby Rome on the radio 88.1 every Tuesday night, and of course Dr. Shop Austin Fine. I'm gonna say Dr. Shop and Lanice Austin, which is his beautiful wife. They're such a great team. They've been married for a lot of years. I don't know. I think that's a beautiful thing that they've been married for a lot of years. Austin Fine Photography, and of course. Glam Goddess 215. Follow on Instagram. She just my makeup.
Rude Boy Entertainment. You can't forget. Come on, our fabulous pictures. Y'all know y'all like to check it out after the show.
Oh yeah. Go to Groove Boy Entertainment on Facebook, and you can see every episode, every picture. Thank you, Groove Boy Entertainment. Of course, new video production. That's Howard Gilliam Jr. He is the man behind the camera, but he's also the man who people don't know this. He's the man that was the Urban Expression the day one, before I was even there. That's over 23 years ago. He was there day one. He's been doing this video thing for a lot of years. So if you want somebody that's
what? But you still look good, Howard.
He was like 10 or whatever when I was saying when he started. You know, that's what I meant to say. He was like 10 when he started. That's how good he is. He was 10. He's like a prodigy and everything. But anyway, let's go. Check you out next week. TGI Fridays, 4000 City Ave. I cannot wait to eat. Honestly, the whole time I'm sitting here, I just want to eat.
Really? Yes, thank you for joining us.
I just want to eat right here at TGI Fridays. Don't you want to eat? I want to eat.